Today on Seattle Refined, we pull back the curtain on the country's biggest film festival.
We are competing with other festivals who want the same films. In fact, I lost one of my favorite films because it's the closing night for the Edinburgh Film Festival.
The agony and ecstasy behind the scenes of SIFF. Then, fascinated by fascinators.
Oh, Malia, that's looking nice.
Do you have any birds?
It's a case of headgear hijinks as we gear up our get-ups for this weekend's royal wedding. Plus,
To even be holding this book is embarrassing. Who's judging you, your cat?
read all about it. Our refined review of Book Club and Deadpool 2. Seattle Refined starts now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. It is the biggest night of the year for Northwest film lovers. Tonight is the opening gala of the 44th Annual Seattle International Film Festival. In case you didn't know, the festival, aka SIFF, is the largest film festival in the United States. Over the next 3 weeks, SIFF will present more than 430 features, short films, and documentaries from 90 countries. That means managing the hectic schedules of directors, producers, and actors from across the globe to get them to come to Seattle. Refined's Brandon Bernstead got an insider's glimpse of what it takes to pull off this monster celebration.
In this unassuming building, just a stone's throw from the Space Needle, people are hard at work. They move with a quiet intensity. There's much to do, and time is running short. The countdown to the Seattle International Film Festival is on.
I mean, everyone in the office is like, if I could just have one more week, just one more week, I would have everything perfect.
We are proofing, we are getting our website up, we are getting our launch out, we're working on travel, marketing, all of that right now.
SIFF is the largest film festival in the United States.
It's 25 days, 433 films. It's huge.
Sarah Wilkie is SIFF's executive director, responsible for overseeing the entire operation. The job of actually picking the movies falls on artistic director Beth Barrett and her programming team. It's a massive undertaking.
For this year's festival, we looked at just over 5,000 films to come down to our 433. We are competing with other festivals who want the same films. In fact, I lost one of my favorite films because it's the closing night for the Edinburgh Film Festival, which is just after us, and I was like, no!
Despite the occasional miss, SIFF's slate is a stellar one, particularly its spotlight films. Closing night is Gus Van Zant's Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot.
How are things going here, John?
I can't move.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going too well.
The story of Portland cartoonist John Callahan features an all-star cast, including Joaquin Phoenix and Jonah Hill. Landing the film required Beth to work directly with its distributor.
For something like that, we both agreed that that would be a perfect platform.
The film schedule may be set, but with a number of directors, actors, and producers attending these screenings, the logistical challenges are intense.
Who's leading the introduction? Who's taking the guest to the car? How is the car getting parked? All of the details that accompany every single one of those screenings is a massive amount of communication more than anything else.
Everything must be planned to a T, especially when the guest is a big-name star. Ethan Hawke is attending SIFF to accept the award for Outstanding Achievement in Cinema and screen his new movie, Blaze.
Yeah, well, hopefully he gets on the plane. I joke about that. He'll get on the plane, it's fine. You know, like anybody else's schedule, it's challenging to schedule around.
Hawke will be in Seattle on June 8th, and as it turns out, he's not the only one who's busy during SIFF.
What's that last thing that's going to be on your plate that you're like, okay, I've got to get this done at the last minute or it's going to go down to the wire?
My schedule, where I have to be for 25 days because I have to be here, I have to be in Kirkland, I have to be at a dinner, I have to be at this. Just making sure that it all works and that someone will feed my cats.
Beth will be all over town, running from theater to theater, event to event, for the duration of the festival.
So this is the first 2 weeks of the festival in Excel format.
Wow.
Everything is color-coded. Everybody has a color for their introduction so that we can see it instantly. So all I ever do is look at.
You're just looking for colors.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm orange. Where do I have to be? What do I have to do?
Even when the work is done, it's really just beginning.
When do you start planning for next year?
Oh, about a month ago, probably.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.
SIFF runs from now through June 10th. For more information, you can always go to seattlerefined.com. From movies to music, the big day is almost here for Taylor Swift fans.
Swifties will swarm CenturyLink Field next Tuesday when TS brings her Reputation tour to Seattle. It's barely started, and the tour is already one of the most talked about and highest grossing in recent memory. And last time we checked, you could still find tickets. Then later this month, get your moves like Jagger ready, because Maroon 5 is coming to Tacoma. Adam Levine and company are kicking off the U.S. leg of its Red Pill Blues Tour May 30th here in the Northwest. You can still find tickets for this one, too. And country fans, don't worry, we haven't forgotten you. Get ready to swoon when Chris Young brings his Western twang to the Tacoma Dome May 19th. Young is one of the country's most prolific hit makers. It almost makes me want to run out and buy a cowboy hat.
Speaking of hats, we can't wait to see what sort of headgear the royal family and guests at this weekend's big wedding will have on. More on that in just a second, all right? But first, a little about hats.
Did you know the history of hats starts as far back as 3200 BC ancient Egypt, where tomb paintings show men wearing basic head coverings? Then, of course, there's the Mad Hatter of Alice in Wonderland fame. The phrase mad as a hatter was actually coined before Alice to describe the extreme mood swings of hat makers poisoned by the mercury they used in their trade. And then there are fascinators. The creative headdresses have been around for centuries, but sort of went out of style in the 1930s. But they've made quite the comeback in recent years, especially at royal events.
Okay, admit it. You're a little fascinated about fascinators. Well, we are too. And we don't think the Brits should get to have all the fun dressing up for Saturday's royal shindig. So we went searching for a crash course on how to make our own fascinators. And hats off to Refine's Malia Karlinski for showing us the way.
You've seen members of the royal family rocking these headpieces called fascinators, including Princesses Kate, Beatrice, and Eugenie. You can be sure these fancy accessories will be turning heads at the royal wedding. We asked Seattle Goodwill's DIY guy Gary Foy to give us the 411 on creating our own high-style headgear.
So Gary, with the royal wedding coming up, we are all fascinated with fascinators. I heard you can DIY some.
I sure can.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You're gonna want to start with some headbands, hair clip, felt, feathers, some thread, and glue gun.
What about tulle?
And you need some tulle as well.
And now for the crowning glory, faux flowers or figurines add a festive touch.
I think I'm going to try to do a quick one.
All right, sounds good. I'll do a headband one.
First, we each glued a piece of felt to use as a base.
So what you're gonna do is you wanna slide that on there like that. And now you get your little headpiece started, and you have your base to apply things on it. Perfect. Now you get your bases covered. Now you just want to get height, like it's a big bangs, right, from 84.
Oh yeah, I love big bangs.
So you want to get height on it.
Next, we built up, layering different elements.
So you got to figure out what kind of colors you want to go with and then start adding. I'm going to start with some tulle. I'm going to do purple and black today.
The cool thing about shopping for your fascinator stuff at Goodwill is that you don't know what you're going to find.
No, you don't. And that's kind of a fun part of it as well. We do have a lot of great crafts in our crafting aisle. Malia?
Gary.
I think I need a flower.
I think you do.
You know where I can get one?
I don't.
Come on, I'll show you.
All right.
So you go over, you probably have some fake flowers at your house, right?
Right.
So you want to just pull it right off there and grab one of these guys. Yeah! I'm gonna go a little bigger on the feathers still.
I wonder if Meghan Markle would like to wear a fascinator.
She just might.
Then it was time to top it off.
Oh, Malia, that's looking nice.
Do you have any birds? Just trying to figure out the perfect placement for
It's like some plastic tubing I found. It's really good.
All right, ready? I'm gonna make it permanent. I'm gonna glue it down. Ooh, Gary.
Cheerio, pip pip.
Finally, the big reveal. And I do mean big.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Boom.
Wow, look at that flower.
The flower's
That
pretty
is
good.
like serious flower power there. And I love the veil.
Yeah.
And this cordy stuff.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well, mine's for the bird.
All right, I'm ready. Oh, you put a bird on it. And I like how you kept it simple, yet there's still a lot going on.
All right, I'm gonna put it on.
It's good. Malia, do you want to try on mine?
I do.
Perfection.
Oh, I feel like a royal.
Oh, you look amazing.
Thanks, Gary.
High five.
Head to Goodwill for some one-of-a-kind fascinator finds. Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
Friday on Refined? Not sure when or how to watch the royal wedding? We have that and more when our Refined Royal coverage wraps up tomorrow. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Saddle up, the Brony Convention is trotting back to town.
What is a brony? A brony is when a 25-year-old man watches My Little Pony.
We'll take a deep gallop into this fascinating subculture. But first...
Sorry I'm late. I was rounding up all the gluten in the world and launching into space where it can't not hurt us ever again.
And the silver screen's most sarcastic superhero returns to the movies. We'll have a refined review of Deadpool 2.
Now that the Avengers has lost a little steam, a couple of big new movies are ready to challenge it at the box office. But are they worth your time? We sent out our executive producer, Scott Rondo, to find out. Here's the latest edition of Rondo's Reviews.
There's some good news and bad news at the movies this weekend. Let's start with the good news. Deadpool 2.
It is Glenn, isn't it? Daniel. I'll ask the questions. Let me talk to the kid. You stay here with your weird secret sex lips.
Ryan Reynolds is back as the foul-mouthed Marvel anti-hero. If you love the first Deadpool, then you won't be disappointed with this one. It's more the same, and that's mostly a good thing. This time around, Deadpool takes on a bad guy named Cable, who's traveled back in time to kill a young mutant boy. It sounds pretty serious, but it's not. Almost every scene is played for laughs, and our hero is always in on the joke. The franchise breaks the fourth wall so much it practically shatters it, and Ryan Reynolds delivers every raunchy punchline or sarcastic commentary with just the right amount of humor and venom. Not all the jokes land, but enough of them do, and if you're easily offended, well, too bad. Word to the wise, don't blink or you'll miss one of the many celebrity cameos, and don't leave the theater until all the credits roll. You'll miss some good stuff. I give Deadpool 2 3 out of 5 mutants. Deadpool 2 is rated R. Moving on, brace yourself. I'm about to throw the book at the new comedy book club. It's about 4 dirty old ladies, old friends, whose Pottery Barn perfect lives are turned upside down by, wait for it, a filthy book.
I would like to introduce you to Christian Grey. Oh, no. We started this book club to stimulate our minds. From what I hear, this book is quite stimulating.
That's Jane Fonda doing her best Kim Cattrall Samantha Jones impression. And that's really the biggest problem with Book Club. It explores a topic that's been done before, and better, on shows like Sex and the City, and The Golden Girls for that matter. The film is a double entendre-laden mess that expects us to believe that 4 intelligent older women, A, have no taste in literature, and B, are so impressionable that even thinking about sex transforms them into Chardonnay-guzzling, boy-crazy teenage girls. The stellar cast, led by Fonda, Diane Keaton, and Candice Bergen, try their best to breathe life into these one-dimensional characters, but it's mostly a lost cause. I've read tea leaves that had better plots. I really wanted to like Book Club. Honestly, I did. And there are a few bright spots, but mostly I felt bad for the talented cast. I give Book Club 2 bottles of Chardonnay. Trust me, you'll need them. Scott Rondo, Seattle Refined.
I got a really good feeling about this.
And mark your calendars, the newest Star Wars spin-off, Solo: A Star Wars Story, comes out next Friday. We'll get a spoiler-free review next Thursday here on Refined.
Great!
Coming up, a convention that's not horsing around. Plus, a local business gets a big honor. Here at Seattle Refined, we never get tired of hearing from you. Like us on Facebook, tweet us your story ideas, or shoot us an email telling us what you want to see on the show. You can find our inbox at hello@seattlerefined.com. Seattle Refined will be right back.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. If I have said it once, I have said it 1,000 times. Everyone's got their junk. You know that thing or person they are obsessed with that no one else really gets? And for a surprising number of folks, their junk is My Little Pony. The annual convention for Seattle's My Little Pony fans kicks off tomorrow. Can you believe it? Refine's John Prentice has a preview.
You didn't have to own a pony or be little to get into this convention in SeaTac. You just had to love My Little Pony.
I think it's really special that it's a really family-friendly convention. We have children, little kids with their parents coming, and we have teenagers, young adults, older people who love the convention. It appeals to all ages.
She's not kidding.
What is a brony?
A brony is when a 25-year-old man watches My Little Pony.
Why are you guys here today?
Because we're bronies. Well, they're bronies.
Yeah.
I am the brony sitter.
What is a brony?
It's a boy who likes My Little Pony.
And why do you like My Little Pony?
Well, I think it's a great show. It has a lot of good lessons in it, and the characters are amazing.
What's on your head?
What's on my head? Well, I'm an alicorn princess, so I have ears, a horn, and my crown.
Sarah Leathers traveled clear from Virginia to celebrate her inner brony.
And like everybody who comes here has such a positive attitude. Everyone's got all these creative ideas that they're willing to share with each other. In a time when things are kind of sad, like this is a big, burst of happy for everyone.
Some bronies came to make friends. Others came to make money. Harrison Hodgkins made the trek from Bristol, England to peddle his pony role-playing game.
This game is all about being a pony, exploring dungeons, and fighting monsters.
So you caved, huh?
A little bit. This guy dropped $33 on a My Little Pony tie and matching pin at a booth called My Little Ties.
And what's your thing?
I do ties.
Do people wear your ties at work, kind of sneak it in?
They do indeed. People do. I've had people tell me they've gotten promotions with my ties, they've gotten past interviews with my ties.
Igor also sells pony-themed magnets, necklaces, and other doodads. But his real passion? Pony virtual reality.
And then my project is Virtual Reality Ponyville, which is the world of My Little Pony.
You can enter that right here.
Absolutely. Right at my table.
I kind of want to try this. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but...
Oh, you absolutely should, I think. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, where am I? I dare say this is, well, it's magical, I guess. Jeez. Oh, my God. I am flying. All right. You know what? I was a skeptic, but this is pretty cool. That was intense. So I understand you're kind of a big deal around here.
Honestly, not really. I'm more like a B or C-list celebrity as far as these things go.
Nicole Oliver is one of the A-listers. She's the voice of the pony character Princess Celestia.
It's an honor. It's amazing. She's a fun character, and I still think we haven't seen all the layers that there are in her yet. If you had told me that the thing on my resume that would have allowed me to meet the widest range of people, travel all the way around the world, and talk to tons of different people with a show about ponies, I would have told you were crazy.
No offense to Princess Celestia, but the real star of this convention, the outfits.
And why'd you come here today?
I came here because I really like My Little Pony, and I was excited to see what costumes people were wearing. I've never seen so many people in costumes. It's wow.
In all, more than 3,000 people attended this convention over the weekend. Most walked away satisfied customers.
You coming back next year?
I want to.
Will I come back next year? Well, that's a horse of a different color. John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
The Everfree Northwest My Little Pony Convention runs through the weekend at the Doubletree Hotel Seattle Airport location. Hey, good times, right? We'll be right back, but first, this refined, shareable moment. Welcome back to Refine. Oh, one more thing to show you before we go. Congratulations to Jean Juarez. The national publication Salon Today just named Jean Juarez's Bellevue location its 2018 Salon of the Year. The gorgeous salon boasts 60 client stations, a mani-pedi area, and a private men's spa with beer on tap. Congratulations, guys. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us here on Seattle Refined. I'm Gord Swanson. We'll see you next time right back here.